Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to start this video out by reminding you that I don't want to be here. I do not want to be talking about this SEC case. All we want is a level playing field in digital assets. That's it. Ethereum was created and pre-sold by a group of people and got a free pass. I want Ethereum to succeed, but not without competition. That is not what this country is about. That is not the country that I want my children to grow up in. It's not the country I grew up in. This business of governments picking winners and losers and giving these ridiculous rationalizations. Oh, it's more decentralized than others. No, they haven't even switched over to Ethereum 2.0. But again, I want Ethereum to do well. I own some Ethereum, for crying out loud. I want Bitcoin to do well. But I want Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP and these others to do well in a competition. It's called the free markets. That has not been allowed, and everybody knows it. That's the reason we haven't let go of this. But I want to let go of this. I want to go off into the sunset and be done with all this. I want to talk about digital assets. If this case would just go away instead of somebody trying to hold off. I mean, it's like somebody's trying to hold off XRP and Ripple, and we're forced to sit here and keep covering this because my channel's been about Ripple and XRP. I can't even do my channel without talking about this every day, especially when I know that there's a tremendous elephant in the room where things have been done that are not right, and everybody knows it. Zero Hedge, Coinbase CEO says SEC wasn't creating level playing field. Wonder where they got that phrase. They're right. And then Brian Armstrong is tweeting this out. The U.S. is losing the global race to decide the future of money. It wouldn't be losing that race if we had a level playing field. Because if we had a level playing field, we would already be dominating. But we've got regulators that are playing games and trying to pick winners and losers. And then there's this from John Deaton. He's advising Brian Armstrong from Coinbase. Wrong approach. It's clear that Gary Gensler is coming after crypto. He isn't going to listen to reason when he won't even accept a meeting with Brian Armstrong. Right approach, relist XRP. Then you have standing to ask the court to allow you to file an amicus brief. Now that's interesting. I didn't know that. So in other words, I think they could join forces with Ripple in the case against the SEC if they relisted XRP, because then that would give them standing. I guess that's what he means by that. Now, Charles Gasparino yesterday was tweeting out a lot of stuff. First thing he tweeted out was crypto mom Hester Pierce tells Fox Business she's meeting with leading crypto industry players who are increasingly voicing their concern SEC has not provided clear regulatory guidance stifling innovation, working backward from bringing enforcement actions. And then he's got another one. Breaking crypto mom Hester Pierce concedes to Fox Business there is work to be done to fix crypto's uneven regulatory framework. Now here, and then he was on Liz Clayman. I don't have those clips in front of me, but one thing I'll say, look, I think Hester Pierce is one of the good guys, or good girls, good ladies. But here's the problem. I've heard this kind of talk out of Hester Pierce for the entire time we've been running this channel, and she doesn't seem to have any sway. I mean, and she says that. She says that much. Look, I'm only one commissioner. So all this is kind of just talk. I mean, it doesn't. She doesn't have the power to stop the Ripple case or anything like that. The other commissioners have to turn into the good guys like she is in order for that to happen, is my understanding. Then this lady, who's also from Fox Business, says, just spoke with crypto mom, aka Hester Pierce, who told me the SEC has work to do when it comes to providing clarity for investors. She's advocating for an open discussion with innovators. We've been having, look, innovators have been trying to have open discussions for years now, but every time it's all just talk. Nobody, it's like Nancy Wotas said, you go in there and you meet with the SEC about this stuff, and then you're just put in a waiting room more or less, and you die by 1,000 paper cuts. That's the way she said this goes, and she's a lawyer. And then she says she's advocating for open discussion with innovators, and says just bringing enforcement alone is not a good way of providing clarity. Then this was Gary Gensler yesterday. He was in, I think it was like a Federal Reserve meeting. It's obvious he's not budging.
Do you think you need additional congressional authorization to do what, in your judgment, is required to bring these instruments under better regulation, scrutiny, transparency, or do you have enough authority given the way the laws are currently written?
I think that we have robust authorities at the Securities and Exchange Commission, and we're going to use them and continue. I think it would be better if the platforms that are trading securities, the platforms that have lending products, who have what's called staking products, and I'm glad to describe that for your listeners, but where you actually put a coin at the platform and you earn a return, that they come in and we sort through, figure out how best to get them within the perimeter. We'll also be the couple in the...
In other words, we don't want them paying interest, because for the last year or two, our banking system has been wanting to enforce negative interest rates on the population, so we can't have these guys paying interest.
And bringing those enforcement actions as well. Working with Congress would help, because there's a lot of coordination by and amongst our financial regulators. I would let the banking regulators speak on their own, but we're working right now under the guidance of Secretary Yellen and working on a report around stable coins. And in the world of stable coins, I do think that there would be some help from Congress. I do think that we can work with Congress with regard to the coordination, again, commodities and securities. But in terms of the SEC, I do think that we have robust authorities, but there are gaps as I've identified them.
Okay. So anyway, I don't have any problem with Gary Gensler and the SEC wanting to regulate cryptocurrencies. We just want a level playing field. Now, I don't think it makes any sense. I don't understand for the life of me why they're so against Americans or people around the world being able to earn a good interest rate, which we haven't been able to do in the banking system forever now. Why our government would have a problem with its citizens earning interest, that's a mystery to me. But I think that a lot of our government officials stopped representing us a long time ago. Now, and by the way, he keeps bringing up Congress. He's telling Congress, you're the only ones that can do anything to stop me. So Congress, it's all on you. You guys are either going to get together and work on behalf of the people, or you're just going to let this guy run over innovation, because that's what he plans to do. Charles Gasparino, as someone who saw the internet grow and crash and grow again, I would say this to the XRP community: the future of XRP and Ripple won't be decided by the SEC. It will be decided by the efficacy of the product that will overcome idiotic enforcement efforts if it's the real thing. There's no question in my mind that XRP will overcome and Ripple will overcome what's going on. But the problem is it intentionally being held off so that others can get advantages? That's my question. Now, he also tweeted this. As I've said, Gary Gensler won't back down squeezing the cryptocurrency until Congress or courts force him to. SEC's Gensler calls stablecoins poker chips at the Wild West crypto casino. And so you can kind of see what Gasparino's thinking is here too. And then he says this one: one of Coinbase's critiques of the SEC action is blocking its lend product is that similar services are actively being provided elsewhere through in what Coinbase believes is a less secure manner. The other venues did not receive an SEC warning. So there's that. Now, I put together this video for you today, and I'm going to just tell you, these are just some video clips I put together. I'm not sure what this means. Maybe nothing. Draw your own conclusions. That is what I say to you. So, now, there could be a copyright hit in this thing. And so if there is, I want you to know that you can go to @DigitalAssetBuy, and you might want to watch this one, folks. Watch this.
I'm not anti-Bitcoin or anti-Ethereum by any means. I think there's a lot of...
By the way, this opening clip, that's Ryan Zagone, who was with Ripple early on.
I'm not anti-Bitcoin or anti-Ethereum by any means. I think there's a lot of great potential and breakthrough there. But we need to have a level playing field so the market can pick which ones they want to use and not be, as today they are, hindered by regulatory uncertainty.
People usually associate monopoly with the game, but it is when a person or enterprise gains complete control of a commodity or service in a particular market.
You mentioned Jamie Dimon, so let's bring it back to Jamie and JP Morgan.
It turns out government and monopoly go hand in hand.
I believe if you examine the sources of monopoly and oligopoly, you will find that almost all those sources are government intervention.
Major white shoe law firms they've hired, something known as the Brooklyn Project. It's created by two, I would say, industry leaders, a guy named Joe Lubin, Andrew Keys. They are part of something known as Ethereum and Consensus. They have a lot of sources and friends on Wall Street. And this is the key thing, because they are working, from what I understand, with the SEC, the CFTC on this.
We consider the Ethereum network token and issuance mechanisms to be decentralized, and no transactions involving those particular assets are considered to be transactions of securities. They have not said the same thing about other tokens, the Ripple token, for instance, and I believe they've made all the statements about decentralization that they're going to make.
What private monopolies there are that have been able to maintain themselves over any long period of time without government assistance. And the second was the New York Stock Exchange. Not more recently, because since 1934, it's had the help of the SEC.
Consensus is announcing today that we are acquiring JP Morgan's Forum Enterprise Ethereum blockchain platform. We additionally will see an investment, a strategic investment from JP Morgan, and have a seat on the board dedicated to JP Morgan. Under a commercial agreement, we will be supporting JP Morgan's Interbank Information Network, the IIN, and JPM Coin Network.
All right, like I said, maybe nothing. And if you weren't able to see that, just go to @DigitalAssetBuy. It'll be up there. iTrustCapital, I want to remind everybody, iTrustCapital is where you can open an IRA and invest in crypto. And iTrustCapital says coming soon, Decentraland, Maker, VeChain, and Terra. So they've got some on the runway to be added to the platform. I have links, and I think I got a 1 month off free coupon in the description of all my videos. If you want to click on that, there's like a coupon code or something. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family to check out